Let's talk about something that you brought up, and he puts in one of his letters to you. The whole picture that he sent to Shanann about the dolls.
Yes.
Share with him what Chris Watts told you about this.
Well, the picture was taken. I'm trying to think back now because I've heard it both ways. One by his mom and one by him. But I think he told me that he is the one who took the picture.
Yeah, I mean, in your
And
book, on page 86, it says that Christopher took a picture of the doll while Shanann was in Arizona.
His mom says that she took the picture and sent it to him. Then that's the controversy that there was there. He says it was just a funny thing, that it was nothing meant by that. I totally don't believe that, because he was already thinking about killing the girls. So of course there was a meaning behind that.
Yeah, it's certainly, I thought, one of the more unusual things. I mean, I can't imagine I would send that picture to, your wife and say, "Hey, isn't this funny? Little dolls."
Yeah.
That's just a little. It's just a little weird, and like I said, I'll represent anybody. I will represent, defend their constitutional rights under, our Constitution, to make sure they get a fair trial, and if they want to plead guilty or go to trial, that's fine. But he just seems like a real odd duck. There's like, I don't know if there's something just not wired right. Like I said, kind of maybe an antisocial personality type of thing. Did he say whether his attorneys ever did any sort of psychological or psychiatric evaluation on him at all for mitigation purposes?
They did not do anything, and he says that they didn't because they didn't want him to have that done. His story is they told him if he had that done, everything about that would come out in court. But I mean, what more can you get than a 5-time life sentence? So I don't understand that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. If they were considering maybe a not guilty by reason of insanity, then there would be evaluations and that could come out. But I hire psychiatrists all the time for my clients for exploring potential defenses as well as mitigation purposes if they have, mental health issues and things of that nature. So I mean, obviously, that case moved way too quickly. But if that's what the client wants to do, so be it. He says, hey, he tells them, hey, I did it. I'm going to plead guilty. It's the client's choice. So that's it. But I mean, that would be one of the first things that I would have jumped on right away, was to
you would think,
figure out what is making this guy tick.
Right.
What made this guy snap, for a better reason? Because Nicole Kessinger just couldn't have been that great to say, I'm going to go kill somebody. You know what I mean? There had to have been something else. There had to be something else there that snapped. It wasn't just, wow, the sex is really good. Let me go kill my family. Okay, go get a divorce. Walk away. Don't come back. Run away. But, I just don't understand how he got to that point. And did he ever give you any indication as to why he made that leap, or why he thought that would be a good idea, or anything?
No, I mean, I said to him, Christopher, there are millions of people who get divorces. They walk away from their spouse for whatever reason, and the kids are okay. I mean, the kids would have been fine. Shanann was a good enough mom. She would have would have done all right. And he just says, I don't know why I did it, other than, I wanted to be with Nikki. This darkness came over me. He never really could give a reason what he was thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
and why he had to make that choice.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the first guy in the world, nor will he be the last that goes out and has an affair and thinks he's, having a midlife crisis. So, fine. You find yourself a girlfriend, go buy yourself a convertible, but you don't kill
Right.
your family. And that's the part that I think
Really.
is just, it doesn't make sense. And
Mm-mm.
did he give you any indication of when he was growing up? Did he ever do anything weird that we see in people that, really kind of crack with, did he abuse, animals? Did he like to burn things? Anything like that?
He didn't say anything like that. His mother, uh, of course, the only thing she will say is he was just such a good child. He was so, always did what he was told. That's not normal in itself, but uh, I mean, she would talk about how he would go into, she could hear him like in the bathroom or something, and she could hear him asking God to forgive him over and over and over again. And then she would tell me how she would try to get into his head basically, and make him tell her, what is it that is on your mind? What are you thinking? She didn't do it just the times that he was being heard confessing. She wanted to do it on a daily basis. She wanted to know what he was thinking about. And I think was after him all the time about that. And so he said, well, she felt like I loved my dad more than I loved her, and she wanted to know what I was thinking all the time, and it was just hard for me to tell her what I was thinking. It's just not normal to me. I mean, what a 15, 16, 17-year-old boy is going to tell his mom what he's thinking, it just isn't going to happen. And so, but I think he was kind of really hounded about that.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why she's having such a hard time now. She
Well,
still wants to know.
yeah. I mean, I think all parents, beat themselves up and feel guilty if their children do something. Where did I go wrong? What could I have done? And they don't want to admit
Hmm.
that their son could have done something like this. I mean, that's also a reality
Oh,
of it because they're going to blame uh, themselves.